right, thanks a lot for staying with us here on Prime Morning. It's time for us to get into the biggest conversation, and of course, fellow Ghanaians returns tomorrow. Kokwa Santi will be on again. So many things to talk about here in this country. Yes, so many things for us to make right. All right, so yeah, indeed, we're getting into the other conversations as well. So please do send your messages and let us know what you think. We're streaming live on Facebook. Our WhatsApp line is also active as well, so you can also go there and share your thought with us. Newsflash is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Still, phones Papa Pafie is the big thing out there right now. Everybody is going to Franco Trading Enterprise, and there's a reason why. Quality is what we are talking about. So please do walk into any of our branches and patronize us. You can buy your fridge, your microwaves, your air conditionings, your CCTV cameras, and you can get your phones from there as well. Whether it's Nokia, it's Samsung, it's iPhones that you want. We've got accessories for you as well. So do well and make your way there and grab something. Walk into any of our branches across the nation, and it's all about the best of what is on the market. And so please do well and grab yours. You can download the app. Once you download the app, you'll be able to get to know our branches, the numbers to call on, and what we have in store for you and all that. It's the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store, and you can also visit our website. It's www.francotrading.com, and you can get all the updates you need once you are also on the website. Franco Trading Enterprise says still phones Papa Pafie, and you want to discover the authentic taste of Ghana with Koa Natural. Enjoy a fresh taste from cocoa with Koa Natural, a healthy juice made from the white pulp that also surrounds the cocoa beans. Now, it's made right here in Ghana. It's for you and your friends. As you go about your daily activities, make sure that you get yours naturally refreshing and stimulating every taste bud. Don't forget that Koa Natural is Ghanaian made. It's proudly Ghanaian, and once you patronize it, it's good for you and it's good for the Ghanaian cocoa farmer as well. So do well and get yours this morning, afternoon, evening, anytime that you are there. Make sure it's always Koa Natural fruit juice. Now, Joy FM Big Workout is happening on Saturday, and you want to listen up. If you're actually serious about starting 2026 right, Joy FM has something big for you, and it's all about the Joy FM Big Workout. It's happening on Saturday, January 31st, and we're actually starting sharp at 6 a.m., and it's going to be at the University of Ghana Stadium. So do well and be a part of it. We're walking through East Legon, coming back to the stadium and turning up the energy with non-stop aerobics, music, games, and also that unbeatable Joy FM atmosphere. No doubt about it. No pressure, no judgment at all. It's all fitness levels, and you're welcome. So regardless of whichever fitness stage you belong to, just come through. Whether you're just starting or you are already an active fitness person, I mean, this is for you. So call your friends, charge your energy, lace up those sneakers, and pull up. It's on the 31st of January at 6 a.m. at the University of Ghana Stadium. And this is not just a workout, it's a movement. The Joy FM Big Workout, a new year renewed you, and so do well and be a part of it. The Joy FM Big Workout 2026 is sponsored by Ready Vitamin, and it's boosters for your immune system. New hospital growing together in good health, and Akono Ginger, Freewara, and also Ayuda is supporting us as well. Ghana's #1 services app Backup Services Bebre. The Game Energy drink is also a part of it. Fuel the energy, and we're definitely going to be enjoying all these brands once you come through. So please do well and show up. Let's have a great time together on the 31st of January. It's going to be this Saturday, so I look forward to seeing you. I'm going to be there, so please do come and let's do this together. Anyway, it's time for us to get into the big conversation. I've got in the studio my guests who are already seated, so I'm going to just introduce them real quick, and then we get to check out the front page of the newspapers, and then we get into the major conversation. 3 senior political astute statesmen have actually sued political parties, and all they're requesting is that they stop the delegates voting, which eventually put an individual into the position of becoming a flag bearer. They believe that there is a breach of the constitution, and they want it open to the ordinary person out there who is good standing. What do you make of it? You can send your messages to us on our WhatsApp line. We're streaming live on Facebook as well. But of course, this morning I've been joined in studio by Janet Asana Nabla. She's the presidential candidate, PNP. She's here this morning. She's been gracious to us this morning, and she's here with us. I hope you're good.
I'm good.
Good to see you. I'm very well. Thanks a lot, and I'm grateful for your time this morning.
It has not been easy.
I know.
God on our side, things will be possible. I heard the one who just finished before you came in, talking about how we have a lot of food in the system, but prices of food are escalating in the market and people cannot buy.
Unfortunately, it's something that,
it is the truth. And food are getting rotten whilst people are suffering. So that is a major problem that I think we should tackle.
Very well. Thank you so much. I like the way you're looking, by the way.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
outfit. And also in the studio with me is Teresa Kokui Ashi. She's communications team member for the NDC. Teresa, how are you doing? Good morning.
I'm good. Good morning. Good morning to your good self. Good to be here. It's my first time of being here.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Oh.
Good morning to my sister as well.
Oh, okay. Then you're welcome. And Happy New Year. And please do come some more. Yeah.
It's not easy. The timing.
I know the timing. Anyway, but I'm grateful you were able to join us this morning here on the show. Now, let's look at the front pages of the newspapers. I've got Daily Graphic with me, and it says Metro Mart spare parts stuck at port for 2 years. Page 13 has got the story on that. And road crashes killed 2,949 last year, highest in 35 years. And we have 63,599 people who died since 1991. Road Safety Authority put this one out there. And away from that, 211,849 delegates to elect NPP flag bearer this weekend on Saturday. Party promises free fair polls. So we're going to be getting into that conversation tomorrow. We've got something special that I'll be telling you about in a couple of minutes. But First Sky Group commissions phase 1 Yendi solar plant march, and that's also on the front page of the Daily Graphic this morning. You grab a copy, you can read all about it. Away from that, News Guide Africa is here, and it says MPC watch markets brace for rate cut as Ghana's disinflation defies gravity. And also Accra Reset, invest in skills, build together, negotiate as one. Mahama calls on African leaders to action. And DVLA's digital agenda, Julius Nikwe's leadership factor in public service excellence. And away from that, Baumia takes a commanding 29-point lead as NPP primaries approach a champion surges in new poll. And the ADB top management or local beverage facility deepen commitment to SMEs partnership. And away from that, 2026 in focus, NPA CEO pledges efficiency and innovation as authority charts new course. That's News Guide Africa. Let's go to the overseer on the front page. It says, Ken Oforiatta cannot receive special treatment under the law. Felix Kwache speaks on that. NDC leadership race likely to be messy, Fenyo Markin. And yesterday there was a press conference holding government accountability, and they spoke about a lot of the issues that going on, including the Chief Justice as well. Anyway, the overseer also says GRA seeks support to strengthen Ghana's border security and government to sustain accountability series. Kwachi Ofosu says so. Institute for Energy Security calls for strict enforcement of NPA price floor and price uniformity policies, and first batch of Ghanaian health professionals deployed abroad. That's also on the front page of the overseer. The very last one for me is the new finder, and it says multiple factors drove city's 40% appreciation, and the analyst says so. Now, enforcement trust key to improving tax compliance in Ghana, expert says so. And Ghana city best performing currency in Africa for 2025, says IMF, and Deloitte predicts 5.9% growth rate for Ghana in 2026. That's the new finder this morning, also reporting on some few issues that you can also read about once you grab a copy of the New Finder. All right, so away from that, let's get into our big issue this morning. And three most distinguished elder statespersons have launched a legal challenge at the Supreme Court, seeking to dismantle the delegate-based electoral systems used by major political parties. Now, the lawsuit filed on January 23, 2026 by renowned cardiothoracic surgeon Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, a medical practitioner Dr. Yahon Tamaklo, and former Minister of State Dr. Christine Amwaku-Nneoma argues that the current method of selecting presidential and parliamentary candidates is unconstitutional and oligarchic. Now, it goes on and says that some of the reliefs they're looking forward to is striking down delegate systems and also order for constitution revision, regulatory enforcement order, declaration of political equality. And this is what is going to happen on Saturday. We're going to go through the same process on Saturday, but they've sued the NPP, the NDC, the CPP. The Electoral Commission is also part of it. In fact, the Attorney General has also been put in this very suit, and he is somewhere the fifth defendant of this very case. And that's what we're going to be looking at this morning. You think that it is indeed the right thing to do, that we just allow everybody to be a part of the process that eventually puts someone in the position of becoming a flag bearer, but not giving to a few delegates that we call them, who decide who eventually becomes the flag bearer of a certain political party. That's what we're looking at this morning. Let me start off with again, since she is in that position right now. I want to find out, were you surprised this actually came up, and coming from the individuals that are putting this before the courts?
Very, very surprised. You see, I have looked at their background, and I realized that they are party members just in the surface. They've never held any position in the party. That's a problem. If you're a political party member and you've never held any position, your way of thinking is different, and the way you see issues is different from how issues are actually being operated in the party.
But these are people who have played a very important role in those political parties.
People don't. When
Dr. Frimpong has been part of the NPP, he's been very influential.
What he's been influential doing what? He has been influential being a minister. Being a minister has nothing to do with how political parties are operated. Because what he's saying, I look at it and I wonder, hey, what is happening? Because this is an assault on they themselves. At the end of the day, but which court will play any importance to what they have just sent to court? Let me ask a question. Don't we have freedom of association according to Article 55 of Ghana's Constitution?
Absolutely.
Freedom of association. Before you enter into the association, they give you their constitution to read. If you agree with it, then you succumb and join them. All of a sudden, you have joined them and you want them to change things. How?
They believe the Constitution is disenfranchising certain people in terms of decision making for who becomes the president.
It is. We have, political parties are not supposed to be governed by state institutions. You see, we are not going to. They are not supposed to be governed like the way state institutions are governed. So let me tell you something about how the composition of political parties usually emanate. We have the polling station executives. It is the people that vote for the polling station executives. Then the polling station executives, they also are part of those who vote for the constituency executives. The constituency executives plus the polling station executives, they vote for the regional executives. The regional executives plus the constituency and polling station executives, they vote for the national executives. Then the national executives plus those at the grassroots level vote for the presidential candidate. So when you look, it is democracy. Because what Frimpong, Professor Frimpong Boateng is saying, if we are to agree with him, then we should all be in parliament. We should not elect 276 parliamentary candidates to be in parliament once we have a population of 35 million Ghanaians. Because why? The polling station executives were voted for by the party. You understand? So the reason why we do all these things is because of finances, resources. Who has even electoral commission? now that they are going to do these elections, you have to pay. You will pay. The political party has to pay electoral commission for them to conduct these elections. It's not the government that is paying. If you hear the huge amount of money electoral commission is demanding from them to conduct this election of 290-something thousand delegates, it will shock you. Frimpong, Dr. Frimpong Boateng, when can he show us how much he has been paying as dues to the party? Majority of people who rise up from the party to create problems for the party doesn't invest. They don't invest in the political parties. They stand outside the trenches. When the party wins, they give them big positions. I think that political parties' time has come. If you've not campaigned for the party, if you've not brought out money to help the party, and you are holding on to your professorship or you are intelligent, nobody should
must necessarily bring money to the table. If you're putting your effort to it, if you're campaigning for the party, is it
no? So that is why I'm saying that if you are not campaigning for the party, if you are not on radio stations speaking for the party, if you are not
over the period, I'm not sure you'll be given a position.
I have never.
The party felt he didn't contribute.
The truth is that I've never seen him being active in any politics apart from the time that they gave him the position to come and listen. And we shouldn't be doing that. Because when you do that, these people, they don't know how difficult running political parties are. It's very difficult. They don't pay dues. I'm just telling you how they don't pay dues, and they are doing all what they are doing. Do you know that even in America, they use a delegate system?
Yeah, but there's a college.
There is no anywhere in this world that you can go in and everyone should come and
the argument is that he's not making other people also feel a part of the process. So
if he wants to be
elite individuals, if you like, because that's what they stated, come together and decide that this person should lead us.
But you know something? He is saying this because if he wanted to be part of the delegates, he knows what to do. Go to your polling station and go and contest, and you'll be part. Go to your constituency, contest. You will be part. Become a member of the Council of State. You will be part. If you have ever held position, you will be part. If you are a former member of parliament or a member of parliament, you will be part. There are ways by which you can be part of the electoral college. And you are not part because you think you should be sitting in your office practicing whatever you are practicing, doing consultancy, and they will come and pick you to come and decide for people. No. The people who decide for people in that party are people who put themselves out there to work for the party. And you have not been working for the party. I haven't seen you work for the party in any way. So people who sit behind their rooms and do their own thing, and when it comes to voting, they want to come and elect leaders, should not be given the opportunity, Prof, you can't tell me that I can get up and try to become a surgeon, just like a heart surgeon, just because I think that myself and you, we are of the same age, and you are a surgeon. Why am I not? So I will have to also force You went to school and I didn't go. The people contested elections. Prof, you did not contest. The people availed themselves. You never availed yourself. So you see what they are sending to court. I don't even understand it.
Okay.
The delegates, these are people that everything that happened, it was the National the National Congress that brought out the delegates. How many people should rule? It's like the Supreme Court. Political parties are being run by a Supreme Court called the National Congress. So National Congress decision can never be undone by any court because the court respects the National Congress of our parties because it's not infringing on anybody. It is all people in the party that came together to say that this is what we should do. So it is like a Supreme Court giving it verdict. So now you will see that the National Executive Council, which is made up of the national executives, the Council of Elders, constituencies, whatever. Those national constituency is not part. Regional chairman, we have regional chairmen and secretaries. We have the national executives. We have Council of Elders. We have so many people who form the National Executive Council. And before Congress will dissolve, they give them the power, like the Supreme Court giving the appeal court power. Run things for 4 years. After 4 years, come and I will look at the issues and see. Do you understand? I don't know whether he's aware of this. So you, Prof.
That is what he see. He wants to change because he feels that it is not making certain people, and it's the same Supreme Court.
Because the National Delegate Congress decision cannot be changed by anybody.
Okay.
He can't send them to court and they will change it.
All right.
It's an administration. He joined it freely. If he's not interested, he should leave.
I'll come back to you again. I'll come back to you again. But let me have the thoughts of Teresa as well and what she also thinks. But you can also join us with your messages. Send us to WhatsApp line is active. We're streaming live on Facebook as well, so you can also send your messages over there and let us know what you think about it. 3 individuals, statesmen that have actually sent this to court, and they want reliefs on that, and that's what we're talking about. And before I take the thought of Teresa, let me also welcome Grace Akosia Amwaben. She's also communications team member for the NPP, joining us today. I've been very blessed with 3 very distinguished women, and so yes, it's a privilege for me. A very good morning to you, Grace. I hope you're good.
I'm doing very well.
All right, I'm very well. Thanks a lot for coming and making time for us this morning. It's your first time, right? Here in this studio. Oh, you've always been here. Oh, so you were part of the women on Tuesdays, right?
Yes.
Oh, great. Then you're a family already.
Yes.
Great stuff. Thank you.
I think this is the first time meeting you.
Me, exactly.
I always meet Rosalyn.
Yes. I had to do this for her to do. So yes, it's good to have you, by the way. Thank you so much.
You too.
Great. All right. So let me take the thought of Teresa, and then I'll come to you, Grace. Teresa.
Yes, brother. Sorry. Some of these issues, you see, for me, I can appreciate where they are coming from, even though I might still have some challenges. It is important to note that NDC as a party has really tried that before, where we used the entire voters of NDC to, as it were, go through the process and see. It had its own challenges. So for the revered men of our country to raise some of these challenges, it looks at, you look at it from both sides.
Okay.
What are they seeking to improve? Okay. I really don't think that Professor Frimpong, I really don't think their interest is about being on the delegate list and voting. Really, I really don't think that is what they seek to, as at the end of it all, that is what they want. But it is just to strengthen our electoral college, get things better as a country. This suit is against all big political parties.
Yeah.
We as a party over the years have worked on it, trying to improve on delegate lists. I can understand that most of the times and sometimes because of the delegates list, people are able to have their way. Our electoral process now has been dominated by money. Yeah. There are days that you see that this is a good candidate. Grace might be a very good candidate. You can think that this person can do the job. At the end of the day, because I'm able to pull some strings and then, bribe my way out, then the power comes to me. But listen, I am saying that this is a process that I am a bit indifferent about it this morning. I am not too sure where to, and I'm being frank, because I'm looking at it, okay, and the Supreme Court, they are there to interpret every, listen, as political parties, we might have our constitution, we might have whatever it is, but the Constitution of Ghana supersedes every constitution of every organization and is subject to interpretation. So I am not going to fault them because it is their right. At the end of the day, the court will decide and then see if there is any merit in whatever they are putting across. But it is important to note that NDC as a party, we've also gone through this series of challenges where the voting college is opened. There are days you open the number of people to vote so high, you realize that it comes another voting time, you're trying to enclose the number of people, delegates to vote. I am saying that all these are challenges. If this year we are voting and then you see about, let's say, about 20,000 delegates, the next election in 2 years, you see about 10 or 15,000 delegates. It goes to tell you that probably the first voting, there were some misgivings that went on. We are all trying. The point is, trying to get it right and make it right is the most important thing. So for me, it's their right. I've seen Honorable Defia Mokpo got the opportunity into Parliament because for NDC we opened up and then allowed a lot of people. And he has never disappointed the NDC and Ghana as a whole. So of course, if the court sees merit in what they are saying and the court says that let's open it up and see, well, we live to see. So for me, I'm just hoping that, but I'm not too sure if it has not come a little too late, because how many days more to...
Yeah, we have a couple of these elections happening.
Exactly, yeah, so and I was wondering the timing. Yeah. I mean, why were they? But hey, let's see how it goes.
Okay, very well. We'll also be joined by Amanda Clayton. She's a lawyer, MSc African Politics and COAS in London. She's also joining us via Zoom. Let me see if I can interact with her for a couple of minutes. Amanda, if you can hear me, good morning.
Good morning.
Great. Thanks for your time. I'm grateful you were able to join us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, what was the first thing that came to mind when you saw this lawsuit?
Ultimately, they're arguing that, this is public in terms of internal party organizations is constitutionally relevant and subject to democratic standards. So it's not purely private. What I also thought was, the Dr. Barnier and the other candidates, this is perhaps relevant to them in particular, because under a delegate system, the numbers that mattered is not crowd sizes or grassroots enthusiasm, but relationships, networks, and institutional familiarity. So it's going to be very interesting how the court interprets this.
Now, one of the issues or the argument is the fact that it's disenfranchised certain people. Legitimately, you think that this is a good call in terms of that aspect of it?
It is a good call, but the court is unlikely to declare all delegate systems unconstitutional. You know what I mean? But it is a good call because I do believe that the popular vote matters. But the delegate system has been introduced, for a number of reasons. And those include to prevent, fragmentation, to impose discipline. And initially, leaders feared that mass participation would inflame ethnic division, etc. So there is reasoning behind it. But when you look at the Barnier situation, etc., within that NPP party, the other candidate is unlikely to win in a delegate system just because of how it's set up. So perhaps this is why this petition is being brought. I'm not sure.
Now, if you check, they mentioned 3 top political parties. They added the Attorney General and also the EC to this very lawsuit as well. Now, do you think that all of these people have got a good chance of defending, the issue in court?
Yes, the EC is very relevant in relation to this, and so are the major parties. Why they will defend the delegate system in particular. But I think it does invite a conversation, one that must be had in terms of, is this where power lies, just the delegate system? And if so, does that mean the candidates that people want might not be able to overcome that? So it's very good for a conversation, but I do think, the Supreme Court is not likely to interfere too much because these are internal rules.
Very well, Amanda, stay with me. I'll come back to you in a couple of minutes. But let me get back to Grace. Grace, I want to know the person involved, Professor, is involved in this. I mean, in recent times, we've seen what Professor has done in terms of where he stands with the political party that he belongs. Now, the timing, pushing this, especially when we have an elections that is coming up on Saturday, you think this is a good call? It's maybe one of those things you may probably say is propaganda from the good old professor.
First of all, I want to greet your viewers, and I want to say good morning to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He's still campaigning in the Ashanti region. Her Excellency, the former Second Lady, Samira Bawumia, is also campaigning in Greater Accra. I think she'll be in Ada this afternoon. And all I want to say is on the 31st of January 2026, delegates should go out and vote for a candidate who can unite the party after these elections. And I believe the right candidate that we have marketed and sold to Ghanaians is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So when they go out on Saturday, please do well to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to be there. We should still maintain Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the flag bearer of the NPP. Back to this, the conversation on the table. I think this is not about MPP, NDC, because if you look at the petition, it doesn't talk about just the MPP. It talks about the CPP and it talks about the NDC. If you look at the delegate system, I think there's a reason why we have the delegate system here in Ghana. And if you look at when the party was formed to date, there have been changes during every period. And I think the NDC got to a point, I think in 2015, where they opened the electoral college to almost everybody. And I think they experienced some challenges. So they reversed back in 2019 before they went for ahead of their primaries. And I think we should look at the challenges that they face. I think one of the reasons why they put this thing up was to stop people from giving out monies to curb that issue. But it didn't work out, because at the end of the day, nobody would want to, people are given. Nobody wants to sit down. If you're a leader and you want to win an election and you see your opponent doing something, I don't think you will sit down and say, because the party opened it up and they are not giving, people are not giving out, we are not supposed to give out monies, you will sit down quietly and watch your opponent
when it's the thing that is ongoing.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think there are some when we come back, I'll look at the challenges that they faced before they reversed it back to the delegate system, where they closed it up again, because they opened it up. We haven't opened, the NPP hasn't opened it up before, but then we have expanded it. And even now, we expanded it to the old MPs, old executives to also join. So it's a process. Anytime we see a challenge, you try to, as a party, you try to see manage it, how you can. But I think opening it up is not going to solve that issue if we don't get the roots, what do we call the root cause of all these. If we don't get it right, opening it up will even worsen it. Because at the end of the day, I don't know if whatever reason why we opened it up now is working. But I'm sure after the voting, people will know, the party will know whether it worked out for us or not. But I think there's a reason why the NDC closed it up in 2019 ahead of their primaries in 2020, and it should be looked at. I think I'll look at it when we come back. So with them taking this matter to court, I don't think people have proposed it. A lot of people have proposed this what they sent to court. And I think this is the first
opening up to the general public.
Opening up to the general public. This is the first time it has really gone to the court, and we are waiting to see the outcome of it. But I don't think it's new. It's something that people have been saying all the time. But then coming from him, I don't think he's the only person. There are three of them. Three Dr. Nyawo is part of it. So I don't think. And then she's saying, looking at the time is the time is too short. Maybe it wasn't, they are doing it for the future, not because of this. I don't see it as propaganda. Maybe they've sat down and they've thought about it and they think, no.
Well, I made it.
He said propaganda.
I made it, and I stated the reason why.
I stated
the reason why.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
So I am
and I get the reason why for saying that actually.
Maybe let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. The three people sat down and they thought that this is a good. They've been in the different parties and they think it is right at this time that somebody should take this matter to court. And I think I said here that this is not the first time this has been proposed, but this is the first time they've actually taken it to the court for the court to sit over this. And I think we will all just wait to see the outcome, but we are still going ahead with our primaries on the 31st of May. It doesn't affect anything. And if I believe that the party also has its own reason why they have the delegate system. So
they would have to defend that in court.
So we'll just have to wait for the outcome. But for now, we'll still use our delegate system to run our elections on the 31st of January 2026. So for me, everybody, I have my own concerns because opening it up, anybody, if I can be in MPP and still go and pay for NDC dues and vote. So there are reasons, they have to weigh the reasons why they have the delegate system. You are supposed to vote somebody to represent you in your constituency. So the people in good standing in the community would say, okay, I want Honorable to represent us as a chairman. So the chairman doesn't become a chairman on his own. The people, the good people of the MPP in the community votes someone to become a polling station agent. The polling station agents vote for somebody to become a chairman, a women's organizer, and all that. So it is not just people who are just walking around who vote. They are also people
go through a
in good standing. And then it curbs that issue of anybody just getting up to vote for a leader in the MPP or in the NDC. Like I said, if you open it up, I can go pay my dues religiously in the NDC and I will vote for the NDC.
And that becomes a challenge.
Exactly. So we should weigh both issues. There are good and there are advantages and disadvantages. So if the party sits down and feels like, okay, we have more advantage here than this particular one, then the party will decide to go with this. So, and it's also, when it comes to the balloting, papers, all that, it's a lot of money because the party has to put a lot of money to be able to organize an election. If you are going for every primaries and everybody in MPP is supposed to vote, imagine the amount of money that will go into that election. So I'm sure they are looking at the financial constraints too when it comes to everybody voting in the party. That is why they trust that the people in the MPP or in the NDC will vote somebody to represent them to choose a leader. So that is what I think. So if they go to we will just wait for the outcome. But for now, I think that every party should look at their dynamics, their systems, what works for them, and then they use that to select a leader.
Very well. I'll come back to you again, but let me find out from Janet. Janet, so one of the background of this whole thing is the fact that we're practicing democracy. And in democracy, you don't now protract it and make it look like a certain group of people can actually be the decision-making body. And so it restricts certain individuals from also, being a part of the process. And that's one of the arguments that you're making. If we're saying we're practicing democracy and at the end of the day we are limiting certain people from also exercising their rights, then what's the point?
Ghana, we are practicing democracy. I want to work in the bank. Maybe I've done accounting, but they pick other people. They are infringing on my rights. They infringe on my rights that
by not giving you the job. That's the prerogative of the company to decide who they pick.
Prerogative of the political party. Political parties in Ghana, the constitution has given mandate to freedom of association, and the freedom of association, no one is restricting them from not becoming voters in their party. The PMP, we will not ask Prof and his other colleagues not to come and be delegates in my party. They know how there is a constitution governing my party. So when you come and pay your dues, the first thing we do is to send you the constitution of the party. When you come, I want to enter into the edition. We give you the constitution to read. And when you look into the constitution, it is enshrined that these are the people that can vote. this is what you can do. If you're in my party for 3 months, for 6 months, you can contest for any position to become a delegate. So it's not like they strictly pick the people themselves. No, they have opened up. Like the way I can't become a president if I don't contest to become a president. What they are saying is not an infringement on anyone's human rights. No, they are trying to say that if you want to become, I can get up and say that President Mahama being a president, I will not agree. I won't agree because it is infringing on my rights. How can one person be a president and then he will be making the decisions and I will be sitting down? Meanwhile, I also want to be a president. Who prevented me from contesting at the first place? Do you understand? So what they are saying is not democracy. They are rather trying to infringe on democracy. The case they have sent to court, they are telling the court that we don't want this type of democracy. We have our own democracy. And our democracy is that you must make us delegates. Whether, you see, she was saying something about if you open up, what will happen? It's an association. And the people that you are saying that they have not been given the power have been given the power to vote at the polling station. They chose the polling station executives. So if they chose the polling station executives, and the polling station executives chose the constituency executives, and the constituency executives chose the regional executives chose the national executives, and all of them come together to choose their presidential candidate, where have they gone wrong? No, where have they gone? So what their docket or what the plaintiffs are seeking for is to infringe on political parties' rights, that we want it this way. No one is infringing on their rights. Ask Professor Boatin that when did he go to the MPP or my party, the PMP, that he wants to become a polling station agent and then wanted to pick the form to contest, and they denied him that opportunity. When did he go to the party? Council of Elders. You don't have, Council of Elders is picked. They said they should pick, the Constitution says that the Council of Elders, persons of reputable character, that can help in bringing unity. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if you are not picked, you cannot tell us that, why wasn't I picked? Because they have said reputable character. So if the party thinks that you have not qualified in that category, you cannot be able to be picked as a member of the Council of Elders. And then the party have come out with several ways. If you cannot become a party of a Council of Elders, you can become a constituency executive member. You can become anything to be a delegate.
Right.
Where has he tried to become a delegate and he was denied that he's going to court?
Maybe they've decided to do this on behalf of the ordinary Ghanaian or ordinary people who belong to the political party.
No one
and is not able to exercise their right in terms of who becomes a flag.
That is why I am saying that they have exercised their right. They don't just know. Because he has been using, you know, he's a scientist, and he has been using burette and what to bring together to form alkali. But if he wants to be a social scientist, he will realize that political parties are being run by the people. The people run the party. That is why the people are given the mandate to choose the polling station executives. It's the party members that usually they give that mandate to do that. So which one is your case study? Because America is not your case study. Britain is not your case study. Who is your case study? When you tell us that everybody in Ghana, universal suffrage, is it suffrage or what is it? What's it looking for? You, how? So the truth be told, Prof, I respect Prof so much because he...
Are you disappointed that he seems to be leading this charge? Are you disappointed?
When I read it, I said, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, this is a vindictiveness. When you are too vindictive, you move out of the way to do things that are just not... People will be sitting down, reading and asking themselves, this is what vindictiveness can do. He and... Is it Alute? The two of them have been so vindictive about their own political party. They think they have sidelined them. Meanwhile, you don't even know how composition of political parties are formed. Look at what you have done. You could have just taken the constitution of the party, read it, asked a lawyer, and do so many things before going to court. You were not able to do that because you are embittered. And when you are embittered and you take a decision, you will make children to look at you and say, I thought thought this man is a surgeon. What happened? So please, that is what is happening. Okay. I am disappointed in them and the doctorate degrees they are mentioning attached to their names. It's so disappointing.
All right. That's not to attack your...
No, I'm not attacking them. I'm not attacking them at all. I'm just being so frank that we love them. Because you should be at the realms of affairs to be giving advice to political parties, not only to the MPP, the PMP, the NDC too. And we will all listen because of your position. But when you try to now have this vindictive and embittered nature, people can see from afar that this is not something that is good for Ghanaians. This is for personal interest. And it's not good for all of us. You are wasting people's time to go to the court. The people will have to go and look for lawyers, to go and look, and then they will tell you that, oh, no, we are sorry. Article 55 have told us that people have their right to form their association. So, Prof, and then, we are so sorry, but you have wasted people's time. I am sure that they will give them a bill to pay in that Supreme Court. And I pray that Electoral Commission, MPP, NDC, and the CPP, we will run for them to give us our money.
Okay, I'll seek some legal counsel from Amanda, but let me come to you, Theresa.
Yes.
Do we stand a chance? I mean, the political parties in explaining to the court what this means to us? Because one thing we should also not forget is the fact that they are compelling the political parties to go by this by way of courts. And some of the relief they mentioned and how they want the court to deal with it. They said the relief requested, the first one is strike down delegate systems. And that one, the NPP, the NDC, the CPP, according to them, the legal basis for this is that it's a violation of Article 55 and it's on democratic principles. The other thing they want the court to do is to order for a constitution revision. So the first respondent, the second and the third, all your constitutions that you have, they want the court to see that it's been revised to what they are thinking now. Now, the other thing is regulatory enforcement order, and that is for the Electoral Commission. So they're going to compel the EC to also vet party constitutions for democratic compliance. So they're not just making this look like, oh, we are in a certain association and we feel that certain things are not being done well. It is something that they are going beyond just that, to even compel the EC to ensure that some of these things happen. Okay,
so for every political party, we are not just a political party. I mean, talk about NDC, talk about MPP, CPP, PNP. These are political parties that runs on processes and procedures and systems.
And they want to change that.
And the truth of the matter is, for every political party, they have their own set of legal team, lawyers, and all that. So they might have stated their
release in terms of what they want,
but it's subject to interpretation, like I keep saying. And then, as political parties, indeed, we are going to defend our stand. There are some of the things they raised that I'm looking at it, okay, like for instance, the number 3, compelling EC to ensure that
the political parties go by the democratic principles.
When you look at it, indeed, there is some wisdom in the things they are saying. So for me, I don't want to throw everything away.
Okay.
That's the truth. That's how come in my first take, I said that I'm a bit indifferent about it. In as much as I keep saying, and I'm still stressing, the point is, why now? Why have they been waiting? Why is it that just few days into MPP's flag bearership election, then they decide to come out? Why is it that they feel that there is something somewhere that, but notwithstanding, it's still their right. So as political party, we'll go there and then defend whatever situation and whatever issues they have raised. And that's the beauty of democracy. Listen, it is supposed to get better each and every day. We are supposed to, as it were, test the courts, test our laws for the interpretation. They have stated they want interpretation in Article 55. Let's see. It's subject to interpretation. What does it seek to do? It seeks to what it is. Is it that it's supposed to amend our constitution? It's supposed to make it better? And for me, that's about it. My only worry is the fact that they don't want us to use the delegate list. Well, I said, we used it before. NDC used it. We had our own challenges. We had our own internal challenges. So if we are not using delegate list again to elect our leaders, because for every institution, for every organization, even in our normal secondary school group, we elect people to lead at any point in time. If they are asking that we are not using the delegate list, what are they proposing? And for me, that's the beauty of democracy.
Open it up for everybody. Just open it up for everybody. The general public. Everybody should be part of the process.
For who? I mean, so that's how come I'm saying that. If the Supreme Court decides that, okay, let's get on board, let's go. Political parties come on board.
Which in a likely case, if they're able to make their case, strong, they get that.
I want to see. That's the beauty of democracy. I will be sitting behind the television set with my notebook, taking notes, because we want to learn. But I'll come asking again. Why wait all this while? But the fact that we would continually test our
democracy, in terms of some of these processes.
our voting college and all that, those processes do help. So when the Supreme Court is ready, guess what? All political parties would head to the Supreme Court. We'll go and defend ourselves. Every party will come with whatever and that's the beauty of democracy. So let's wait and see.
All right, let me seek some counsel from Amanda in terms of some of the reliefs they mentioned. And Amanda, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
So these are some of the things that you are requesting that they see happening. And the first one is striking down the delegate systems, which of course involves the NPP, the NDC, and the CPP, those that have been mentioned in there. They also say that the order for constitution review, and it also goes to the NPP, the NDC, the CPP. They want the constitution of these parties, revised in a certain way to suit what they intend to achieve with that. And they also have regulatory enforcement order. Now, they believe that it's not just going to end there. They want the court to actually compel the EC to ensure a democratic compliance for what they seek to achieve with this lawsuit. Is that far-fetched? Is it something that it's way beyond or it's extreme?
I think the Supreme Court is likely to rule in favor of that particular relief in terms of the EC's role shouldn't be exhausted at registration. For me, the EC should have an ongoing duty to ensure parties comply with constitutional requirements when conducting primaries. The court is very unlikely to order immediate structural overhaul. For instance, they're not going to impose one member, one vote immediately. They're not going to invalidate current primaries, and they're not going to disrupt election timelines. The court may draw a line against extreme vote dilution, systems that concentrate decisive power. But for me, the court is likely to emphasize meaningful participation, not a specific voting model, basically.
All right. So one other thing that we want to know, and I'm also looking at it from that angle, and I believe that maybe it's because of the fact that they think we are going through those processes now, especially with the primaries that are coming up with the NDC and the NPP. Some people argue about the timing. You think that it was deliberate. How do we arrive at a point where political parties are just about experiencing this delegate thing that we've always seen, and all of a sudden, three people decide that they want to come up with this?
Well, I think as one of your guests said, the beauty about this is that it can go way into the future, way beyond these primaries. Timing is important, and perhaps it is good to file this at a time where the media can pick up on it, the public can talk about it, etc. But I ultimately think that when too few people decide for millions, democracy becomes more form than substance. So it is a good conversation to have now, and hopefully one that the Supreme Court will make some positive decisions about in terms of moving this forward and, recusing themselves from things they cannot decide in terms of Article 55.
Is it also possible, though, that the court would end up striking the entire case?
No, I don't think so, because I think some points in relation to the EC is very important, that their job doesn't end, at registration. And I think the Supreme Court does have a duty to some extent, particularly because Article 55 says, the freedom to form parties come with democratic obligations. Parties are not purely private clubs. And the Constitution expects real participation, not token membership. So this is something for the Supreme Court to get into. Although I do think they are going to protect party autonomy ultimately.
Very well. I'll come back to you again, but let me get back to studio and also ask Grace's opinion on this very whole relief that you're seeking to.
So throughout the whole conversation, we are only talking about voting. We are forgetting one thing, that the delegates are not just there to vote. So the party is very big. We are in all the countries. We have associations in the US, in
Canada,
Germany, everywhere. So I think that the delegate system that we have is not just for them to come out and vote every year, 2 years, or anything of that sort. Who keeps the party alive when we are not voting? These delegates, if you go to every constituency, for our side, we have 5 polling station delegates. So we have a youth organizer, we have a women's organizer, we have a secretary, we have a chairman, and then we have organizer. So these people play a role in the community, not the party. So in every community where we have voting centers, these people represent the party people in those centers. So when the party is not voting and they are supposed to have meetings and all that, who organizes them? These people are representing the party in the communities. They are not just there to vote. The voting comes to play when all these things
all of these things are,
But then when we are done with the voting, what happens? So if you are saying that everybody is good, it's a good call anyway. I'm not disputing that, but we are forgetting one thing, that the delegates are also there to keep the party alive when the party is not going for any election or anything of that sort. They make sure they are getting people, because, we have to win souls for the party. Yes.
Exactly. So why don't you keep them? Why don't you keep them to do their job, but yet open it up so that the others can also vote for the flag bearer?
That is the problem. When it is voting, someone should come and vote. At the end of the day, don't that system of people giving out monies is not going to stop. Let me tell you, even in the old times, they were not giving money, but they were giving matches, matches.
And they all made a difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all these things, we will not say it is money, but it's something. They are giving out something to get something. You understand?
Yeah.
So maybe it is now that it has, we've changed it. It's moved from items to money, because now, money. Everybody wants money. But then those times, if we were voting for people, 100 people were voting, we're supposed to get 100 matches for these people. We're supposed to get 100 spices, 100.
That's a cost as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So those times it wasn't money, but they were still giving. People, MPs used to go and then they share rice and all those things during Christmas. So it's not going to stop. The delegates are not just there to come and vote every time. They keep the party. They make sure they are winning people in the communities for the party. Do you understand? So if we neglect what the delegates are supposed to do, and then we focus on just the delegates and we say everybody should come and vote, at the end of the day, we will still spend money. That is one thing. We will still spend money in the vote. The party will spend money to print more ballot papers, to print for more logistics, and they will still spend money to pay all. Even if they are not giving money, they are giving items. They are still going to use money to buy those items.
The running political parties
exactly. So we cannot say that because of these challenges, everybody should come and vote. So who keeps the party alive when there's no added? What do we call it? This is like they are doing the work, but at the end of the day, they have the privilege to select a leader for the constituency. And
that makes up for all the work that they have done.
Exactly, because they are not just there should be some form of motivation. When I'm a delegate and I'm waking up every morning, going to look, campaigning, talking about their party and all that, if everybody should come and enjoy, then what is the added value to what I am doing? Then we should all sit there and say, when it's time for us to vote, everybody should come. Nobody should go and win, so nobody should do any work. There should be no meetings. So if you Google or look at the duties of a delegate, you understand what the delegates do before, when it's voting time, they all come out to come and vote. So as I said, for me, the timing, I think it's there, right? If they want to go ahead with it, they should go ahead with it. But I don't think it will stop the MPP from going into the primaries on the 31st of. That is what I am concerned about. The MPP will still go ahead and run their presidential election, and I know that at the end of the day, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be the ultimate winner, 31st January 2026.
Very well. We're going to try and see if we can dovetail into the conversation of the Ayawaso East elections. That is also coming up. We have 6 people that are contesting for that, including the widow of the deceased. Yesterday, we were around that area, and some people are not excited about it. But do I have some messages that we can do? Maybe I can just run through them quickly, and then we'll move on to the Ayawaso East. That'll be a very short conversation. Please, do I have the messages? If I don't have the messages, let me move on to the next conversation, and then
conversation.
Oh, you want to say anything?
Yes, it's not a short conversation.
It's not a short conversation.
No, it's not, because
okay, so let's get into it. Yes. Oh, I've got my messages, but since you're on the floor already, yes, so let me leave you on the floor.
So with the Ayawaso East, I'm surprised and dumbfounded that the NDC, other contestants are coming out. This is a woman who wants to keep the husband's legacy. The husband was the MP. We don't have women, especially women who are Muslims, coming out to put themselves at the forefront to fight in politics. We don't have that. By the grace of God, the widow decided that I will contest. I was expecting the NDC to ask other candidates for this, not to do that, for the in respect of the dead husband, and also the fact that we have a lot of male faces in Parliament roaming around. Every 2 seconds that you pass, it is a man that you see in Parliament. And President Mahama assured the women of Ghana that if he comes, if we vote for him to become a president, he was going to pass the affirmative action bill. President Mahama was voted for. He reneged in his promise, refused to pass the affirmative action bill to give 30%, not even not bill, a law, to implement the affirmative action law. He refused and decided not to give the 30% representation that the Parliament of Ghana asked him to do. He refused to give it to women. And in Parliament, look at the number of men that we have in Parliament. And by the grace of God, a woman is coming out in your party to contest. And look at the 6 male faces that are following this woman. And you are telling me, do you want to tell me that President Mahama and the chairman of the NDC, Asidun Ketia, they can't call these people and tell them that no,
they should let the woman go,
allow the woman to go, so that now we will put pressure on the MPP not to bring out a candidate. Do you understand? So that the woman, we will put pressure on them and tell them that don't do this. But they are those who are coming out to contest. This is very shameful. I'm not joking about this. This is very shameful. This is a party that they don't respect women. It is the truth. The woman in the NDC is not being respected no matter what. Because the 30% representation, we shouldn't have been putting pressure on President Mahama. President Mahama, you have picked a woman as a vice. And we were thinking that you will give that woman that respect by respecting women, giving them the 30% representation Parliament asks you to do. You refuse to give them the 30% representation and told us that women were not coming out. Upper West women came out and did a press conference. They said, Mr. President, they had some of them are not educated. They said, we are holding master's degrees, first degrees, but your people, anytime we bring out our names, they refuse and reject us. Do you know that the president never responded to them and continued picking his men? Now a woman has come out to contest, and we have 6 people contesting him. It's very shameful. I think that the NDC, they should do something. Because 2028 elections, they will have no campaign to tell women. I'm telling you. And
they're making for you a women development bank. It's not enough.
The Women's Development Bank is a good thing, but they just said it.
But if it happens within the year,
where is
the women still not have message for women?
Where is the Women's Development Bank? They could have just allowed commercial banks, these banks, to operate under commercial banks that are in all the districts. You see, maybe you put a shelf there, that Women's Development Bank, and all the money that Parliament voted for, they will just channel it, and women will start getting their loans. But they say they want to build banks, but they don't have the money. So when are they going to build the banks? Are they building it here in Accra, or building it in the 16 regions or the 261 districts? So this is to tell you that they are just trying to do that so that when it is 2028, they will start with one bank and try to use campaign and other things, thinking that people will vote for them. I'm saying that 2028, women of Ghana, NDC, we've opened our eyes and we are looking at you. And the women in your party that will come out to support you, we will let the women of Ghana know that these are the few people they pick, resource them, giving them money, they have everything, and they are now coming to deceive the rest of you. We are not seeing anything. And the Ayawaso East is a case study that if they allow these men to contest this woman, they have no election to run in 2028. Okay. They've been shooting themselves in the foot, but this is the final of everything.
Oh, very well. Now, let's take this quickly, and then I'll come back to Theresa and Grace. So we're there, like I mentioned yesterday, Ayawaso East constituency, and Sheila spoke to some of the residents over there. This is what they have to say.
Days of January 2026, the whole country was hit with the sad news of the passing of Honorable Nazer Ture Mahama, who is was the MP for Ayawaso East constituency. Now, on the 22nd of January, the wife of the MP, the late MP, Hajia Amina Adam, responded to the clarion call of constituents and grassroots and party leaders to stand for the MPship of this constituency. We also know that there has been some interested persons like the Honorable Baba Jamal. So we are here at Ayawaso East constituency, where on the 26th of March, constituents will be making that decision. We are asking, who are we going for, and has there been any change since the passing?
He's saying, I made there's been a new crew now, but the bank on whom Kakra never my memano and twas my Namodian born now, Cosno, Omoncosuana. My only honorable Sanda, Midena area. Until the Masanda, where DMP, Assemblyman Archer, Bibia, Toko Biamu, and the Masanda, not was my eye. It is a good man.
Me patro any rainy day and there. Come in Quamadi, Margin Tredia, and can on trust. No, my man and co. If you say, or background, obey to me, I am so new Kunan, and I understand it. Yes, sir. Just a man for bidding who you are the chess. You crew one crew and Anya, say a Japadian and I say Bibina opera. To come and put there and can on trust.
Saba Pajaman, Martini, dear, but Meshada Nimunesa, and our banners or body or bad DBB anymore. And Maya Watima, any abadayan to office or ban or betting my Jumano, dear, young famano. Inti say, Nirino a bar. We feel say a bit continue said they know no or any pepe. Inti to me say Uncle Fooding come up say if it may say you binti or ban beshawa a bet is on one. You see, I know I didn't go say MP through more. No more per se near fat. As we side and also any idea, me family, any idea, mammy. Tennis watch it. On what tennis watch into. I ban say any year as I bet tennis watch so no one or was no. Until also must see someone almost share the different person from the man.
And for the past years, when even NASA is around, may the Almighty rest his soul in peace. The wife have done a lot behind him. She helped him a lot for him to win the election, some of the elections. So if she says she wants to run, it's good. It's good. She's capable of doing it. Because as a woman, if only you help your husband to run an election and he wins, at least it's a chance for you. So she can try. But after the demise of the man, anything that you see that has changed the community now, then I'll tell you it's the MC. But for MP to do something, no. Unless maybe after the election. Yeah.
Well, so those are the sentiments of the constituents in this constituency. Now, we cannot wait for 26th of March, and we're hoping for peace in this constituency, and may the best man or woman win. In the early days of January 2026, the whole country was hit with a sad news.
All right, so that was Sheila Sechi in the Ayawaso constituency, Ayawaso East, yesterday, speaking to the residents over there, what they have to say about the elections. Don't forget that elections is coming up very soon. They're going to do the internal one on the 7th of February, and then we'll have the bigger one itself, which the MPP will also contest, I'm sure. You are. You have your candidates now. You are deciding on one person to actually do it. You're not going to go through that.
I think they have one person. I've forgotten the name, but they have one person.
You are contesting?
No, I'm not contesting.
I mean, like,
yes, they will.
But the woman.
Don't worry. Let it get to my. I know it will.
I'll come to you.
I will explain why we will contest.
You have to explain.
Exactly.
Teresa, let me come to you.
Okay, so. In as much as, listen, we are women, and the truth of the matter is, we wish we'd be everywhere.
I know, right?
So, as a woman, I wish that indeed Hajia can sail through and then, succeed the husband. But the point is, this is democracy. My big sister raised concerns about the party not stepping in and probably. But the truth of the matter is, you never know the consultations behind the scenes. But the point is, it is everybody's right. So for instance, if we are contesting for an election, and then a big man comes to me and says that, could we step out and then give your big sister a chance? It will be your turn. And I decide that, no, it is my time. I also want to test the waters. Truth is, nothing can stop me. If you try to stop me, then it means that you are infringing on my rights.
But we've seen that happen before. And the NPP has gone through that before. What happened with Akufo-Addo, the former president, and
then what happened?
We've seen this before. Can you step aside for somebody?
Interventions were done, but I'm saying that Alan, as a gentleman, indeed listened. But the point I'm making is, how would you know the interventions that has been done behind the scenes? And then the people
it didn't work.
And it didn't work. Okay. And then the people still think that I want to go through this process. If the good people of Ayawaso East decides that let's give Hajia the opportunity to stand in because he's been with her husband, and you realize that there were different views coming from different divergent. That's the beauty of it. That's who we are. So at the end of the day, Ayawaso East will decide among the 6 or 7 candidates that, listen, this is the person we want to go with. As much as I wish I can hide it. I'm a woman. I wish that indeed she would sail through. We can't help it. But the truth is, there are days that you call the spade as it is. It's democracy. I don't agree that NDC has not given women the opportunity. There are some opportunities as leaders. You know, we have the elected leaders. We have those that are appointed. For the first time in our country, we have a woman as a vice president. What else are we looking for? We have seen women being put in higher places, in agencies, and then they are doing their best. As women, you ask me, do I want more? Of course. I want to see that it's because after all, we are in a country where the women are more than in population, we are more than the men. And it doesn't mean that because we are more than the men, we don't qualify to, but like I just said, there are women who have the qualification, they have what it takes, that indeed when they are put in some areas to man, can do much better than some of the men. Okay, so as a woman, I want to see more, but it's also not true when it is said that under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, women are not given opportunity. Women women are given the opportunity. We've seen a lot of women deputy ministers. We've seen a lot of women in government agencies, heading agencies, doing a lot. But as a woman, of course, Mr. President, I want to see more of that. That is the beauty of it. But to say that women are not given the opportunity to serve in our country, I don't think
you think that is going to affect the NDC coming their 2028 elections. The fact that many women have not been given the opportunity. She also mentioned the development bank.
The development bank in the 2025 budget, seed money was allocated. Seed money was allocated.
She wants to see it in reality.
Seed money, about 51 million. Seed money was allocated. As we speak now, we are not a government where we want to. You see, the past government, the MPP under Nanado has taught us a lesson where you will not be in a hurry to, as it were, launch a program and then you are all around everywhere singing for every project that we want to bring. We want to make sure that the right processes and procedures are put in place. Very important. Aside the women's banking, we have seen the Ejumari, it has been launched. The young apprentice, a lot is happening. Okay, so for every social contract that we have signed, we signed with the good people of Ghana, we are delivering on it. Are we done entirely? No, we are not. Because after all, we have a 4-year mandate that we have done just a little over a year, just a year. But I'm saying that for the things we have done up till now, it tells you that this is a government which is ready to deliver on the people. Contrary, before we came to power, we were here when we said that free SHS, let's review it. Our revision for the MPP, they translated it into, as it were, cancellation. Since we came to power, have we cancelled free SHS? Indeed, the GET fund that was capped, it has been uncapped. The GET fund that is supposed to serve the educational sector of this country in terms of infrastructure was capped. Since we came, we have uncapped it. Today, the free SHS has a dedicated funding. Last year, over 3 billion was spent on the free SHS. We were here when secondary schools were recording food poisoning because kids were served food that was not wholesome. Today, at least, are we hearing those stories? We can make the noise about it. We can do all the jiggling. We can laugh about it. But I'm saying that when you are dealing with a government which is ready to at least to deliver to the good people of Ghana, you will see one. And
you made a significant impact.
Yeah, you will see one. So I understand that we want to see more, but again, it's also not fair when it looks like within the 4 years we have signed a social contract. When we signed the contract, a lot of it, we didn't say that give us 6 months. We said that within our 4-year term, this is what we want to deliver.
In other words, some that were specific.
And some of the specific ones, of the specific ones, have we not delivered? We have. The women's banking, for me, equally like my big sister here, I am also waiting to see the women's banking, making sure, because women, we do suffer. We are the ones doing the trading and all that. So, of course, I have sisters. I might not necessarily be a trader, but I have cousins, I have friends, I have family who do trading. So, of course, if the women's banking come into fruition big time, it is good. Okay. It will help our women. Okay. So I'm saying that some of these things, yes, we haven't done it all, but I'm saying that when you see a government which is ready to deliver to the good people of Ghana, you don't need to be told that under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, everything is being done to ensure that the good people of Ghana can breathe. Today, what is our CD? How much did we take it? Today, as I speak to people, will complain. Obviously, people will talk about it because, as human as we are, we want better. We want to make sure that we get the. She just raised it that people are looking for cars to go to office. Of course, before you left, just 30 seconds. That's bad. Oh, forgive me. Forgive within 10. I'm landing within 30 seconds. Let me The host just said that the host just gave me 30 seconds. In wrapping up, she just raised deficit in transport. We were here before the 2024 election. They decided that our metro buses, they will cut it into scraps and sell them. And then as we speak now, there are spare parts at the
That's about for Teresa.
I'm done.
Grace, it's your time now.
So you equally move, Grace. Let's move around. I'm saying that you can equally move around.
As usual, I guess.
You can equally move around.
Be updated on these issues. She's talking about people being poisoned. I never heard of that.
Oh, you never did? Oh, you never did?
So wait. No. Let
you have a video that where students were poisoned because they ate some food in school. Do you have anything like that? Have you people?
I'm surprised you never heard of the unwholesome meal.
No. If Joy, you've posted any news or
it could be elsewhere, but I mean,
like that where students were poisoned in school. No, I haven't heard anything.
Well, there were food challenges. There were food challenges.
And unwholesome
food. There were food challenges, but
if you go on TikTok, a lady called Kisu posted food of young people who had just come out from their canteens holding jollof without meat or whatever. I don't know if you saw that video. It was all over on social media.
I'll try and look for it.
Yes, please look for it. I wish I had the video. I would have given it to you for you to play. We are not talking about, we are in 2026. And then we have 2026. There's a video out there on TikTok where students were, it's not like she recorded, they were coming out from their dining hall and then she took a video of their food, holding a plate of jollof rice without even egg or chicken. What are you talking about that we poison people in 2024? That is wrong and it is false. Anybody listening should ignore this. It's propaganda.
It is.
Wait, please, this is my time.
Teresa, let us finish.
It is my
please
time.
go ahead.
Now let's come back to Ayawaso East. Ayawaso East, I think if the woman is not really into the politics, I don't think she would want to contest. I'm sure when her husband was alive, she supported him through the whole process of his being elected and all that.
Yeah, someone mentioned
that she
actually did
if she feels, it's her right, if she feels that she wants to contest, I think we should give her the platform to contest. And also, I don't know if the NDC, they are against this, because 6 men are contesting this, one woman, 6. And I'm not surprised because even when we were giving the opportunity to a widow to contest, they called her a bloody widow. So I'm not surprised that 6 men are contesting one woman. And Mahama, like Honorable said, Mahama promised that how many women in his cabinet? 30%. Up to now, we don't even have 10%. It's not 10%.
We had around 15. That's at
the cabinet is
last year.
No, the cabinet. So
it goes beyond cabinet.
No. She said cabinet. Cabinet. 30% of women in his cabinet. How many percentage? What's the percentage now? 10. That's so. What happened to the 20%? The second vice president.
4 years to do. 3 years.
4 years to do that.
It's possible.
She was even here sitting down talking about their the contract they signed with Ghanaians. How many days did they give to Galamsey? 120 days.
Don't go down.
No, please. I didn't interrupt.
Don't go down.
No. People are even being shot in Galamsey sites. People are 120 days to fight Galamsey. 1 week to stop Galamsey. We are still sitting.
They haven't done.
You have to give me.
Even the last time I was on one of the radio stations, the agency that they set up to fight Galamsey, the NIMOs, they are not resourced. They don't even have the necessary tools and equipment to fight Galamsey. And we are sitting here saying that you have
at all. We've seen NIMOs.
It was in the papers. It was in the papers that they don't have enough. You are taking NIMOs to this.
Enough is not at all, right?
Like speedboats. Did you know the things that they complained about? Speedboat, like boats on the waters. You are taking them to a Galamsey side. They don't have boats. What are they going to just walk there or walk on the water? These are basic things that they should provide for them if you are ready to fight Galamsey. So if you are sitting here saying that all the timelines, you have 4 years, you gave timelines. What have you done? And she said, people are today, there's an area that I have never seen people queue for what we call it, cars, buses. I saw one queue and I was shocked. I said, what is happening? You are saying the dollar is down, but people are still struggling.
You remember that the transport minister had a meeting with GPIT,
right?
In terms of restructuring, if you like,
and now she's sitting here. That one, I don't even mind. People are still struggling. The problem is still there. People today, I saw a lot of people. I said, oh my God. At the end of the day, she sat here and saying that we turn something into scrap. We provided electric buses. They started to do propaganda with this, and they didn't even know that the electric buses were about 100 of them were brought to Ghana in 2024 to carry people, and people were paying as low as 6 cedis from Adenta to Accra. Fully air-conditioned buses. What are you talking about that we turn what into scrap? Dr. Mahmoud Baumia brought these buses into the country to help commuters move from their houses to their workplaces before we even went for the 2024 elections. These were things that we were putting down for Ghanaians to make sure that people who commute, who move from long distances to their workplaces are also being comfortable when it comes to all these. So at the end of the day, please, we will contest Ayawaso East.
Okay.
We are going to contest. We are bringing somebody because the woman, Honorable was saying that a woman, we shouldn't contest. They don't even believe in the woman that they have put over there. 6 of their men are contesting, and we are only bringing 1 man to contest. They are bringing 6 men to contest. They don't even care about women. Women's Bank, you are buying a presidential jet. Wait, you are buying a presidential jet. You are $214 million on gold board. And how much did they put there for Women's Bank?
51
for a bank for you don't even care about.
Well, the entire money is 401 million Ghana cedis.
At the end of the day, it is led at the NDC. The women in the NDC should be kind.
No, he said seed money. He was going to give us $20 million.
Yes, but I'm talking about
no. Like he said, seed money. President Mahama in the campaign era said, "I will give you $20 million." No. But I'm not talking about
you are talking about the seed money.
He promised us
the other institutions
but he promised us $20 million. But gave us 51 million Ghana cedis.
Yes, but
in the campaign.
If you really want a women's bank, that will be the first thing. The parts that they put so much money into it. What happened to the parts? You put so much money in the parts, and the women's bank that you said you want to put out there to support women for their jobs. You haven't even received money. They haven't even started anything for us to even believe that women who are doing all these jobs will get some money from it. Please, you shouldn't be saying for.
Okay, let me engage our viewers a bit. This one says, "Good morning, KMJ. Dache watching from Jumako Asasan. It says, I always feel ashamed when MPP communicators currently open their mouth to talk against this ruling government. Nobody would ignore anything regarding food poisoning in secondary schools in the past administration. In fact, this NPP lady nearly made me change the station. Let's build this country together with integrity and dignity. Be coming down. All right, this one says, why always NDC? Some of them can lie like that. Okay. Let me go to
NDC, not NPP.
Good morning.
No, I understand that.
Please tell Nabla that what is happening in Nima now is not appointment, but rather elections. So she should stop misinforming the public. In any case, what has this got to do with President Mahama? Nabla cannot use the attacks of President Mahama to make herself popular. This was the same attitude she did in PNC, and she was booted away. For God's sake, nominations have been open for all, but not for only women. We are practicing democracy, and we must learn to respect democracy. There are 5 men contesting for flag bearership in NPP. Has she seen any woman amongst them? Why is she not talking about that?
I spoke about it
this
here.
Hypocrisy and double standard.
No, I spoke about it here. It's in the media.
Here, and she actually retweeted that as well. Nana Akuamwa Boateng Nabla Central says, good morning, KMJ. Glorious birthday to Sandra Yeboah of B7 Medical Center. Doctor. Okay, the birthday people will do that for you, okay? Don't worry. This one over here says, good morning, Mr. Host. Hatred breeds intense dislike. A person who dislikes something can never stand for its success. From Dr. Arthur Kennedy to Professor Frimpong. These characters have been stronger evil of their own MPP. Professor can cross carpet or form his own party like Alan Cash. He should let us shoe NPP members rest. And that's Wiseman in Mankasim. Let me go to Alasan. It says, open it up for all registered members in 2012 or 2016. It affected the party in their, okay, that's the NDC you mean to say. Their party parliamentary numbers. It's bring even more cost to the party. Another thing is that when the delegates vote for a candidate, the delegates are always willing and ready to work or campaign for that candidate they have elected to lead them. The Ayawaso East By-Election and the widows' interest to contest. Madam Nabla should know and know better that the NDC is Democratic Party and it is an open game for all party members. Regards to Honorable MP, and I'll do the very last one and then we're done for this morning. It says, good morning, Kenya. Please, as it stands now in the MPP, Amina Adam West constituency in the Greater Accra region, the delegates were picked and put in the album according to the wish of the former MP, and that is what happened in all the constituencies across the country. So the Madam Janet of NPNP is speaking like a naive politician who doesn't know what really happens on the ground. She is speaking paper democracy with sweet ends. So if it doesn't know, if she doesn't know what is really happening in the MPP, she should not speak that way. Dr. Nyaho, Professor Frimpong are fighting for the right things to be done. Look, I have worked as a polling station executive and agent. What they have raised are true. So Madam Janet, please get your facts checked before speaking and don't just speak here, please. All right, so I think that'll be all for this morning. All right. Michael, good morning, Joy Prime and your panelists. Why is Madam Janet too agitated in any political discussion? But let me remind the NPP, if they are not aware that the elephant as their symbol is living on only 3 legs and lifted one up, this shows that the party is not stable. That makes the party not to be stable, with many confusion in the party, and they refuse listening to advice of the elders in the party. All right, so that's for the political parties and my guests in the studio. So that will be all this morning. Unfortunately, our time is up. We've done even more than our time this morning. We are around 8:20 now. I know. No, we have next week to do that. Next week when we come back after the elections.
Very important.
There'll be fire for fire.
Oh, very.
After this weekend, I'm sure a lot will be said about
I want to appeal to my delegates, please. We are going forward. This is a very critical elections, and I'm praying that everyone. I
mean, we'll allow you for now. You are the one who has a problem.
Please, I'm going into an election. It's very critical, so let them, please, I beg you, give me more time. So please, I want to appeal to all delegates to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It's a very critical time in the party, and I believe if we want to win power in 2028, the best way for us to go about it is to unite. And I believe the only person who can unite us as a party is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He's a delegate we sold to Ghanaians in a year, like some months ago. And Ghanaians know and believe what he can do or what he's capable of doing. So I believe it is right for us to present him again as the flag bearer of the MPP. And I'm just praying and hoping that our delegates will see that this is a good opportunity for us to win power in 2028. So they should rally behind a candidate that can unite us, a candidate that can stop all these with Timmy Wakami in the party. He's the only person who can unite us for us to win power in 2028. So they should vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on Saturday, January 31st, 2026.
Grace, if they win and they don't give you any position, I'll personally have issues with them.
I
want to see more from the party.
I'm telling you,
anyway, distinguished ladies, thank you so much.
The party will be good to me.
I'm grateful for your time this morning, Theresa. Theresa is the communications team member for the NDC. Janet Asana Nabla also joined us this morning, presidential candidate for PMP. Thank you so much for joining us. Grace also joined us from the NPP communications team member, Grace Akosua Bain, and also joining us on Zoom was Amanda Clinton Esquire, also helped us with this morning's conversation. A very big thank you to all these women for doing what they continue to do for Mother Ghana. We're grateful to them. Asha Speed was in Ghana, he's left, but the rippling effect still continues. The conversation's still ongoing, and for me, I think with did well compared to what Nigerians actually did. The Nigerians did not really do well. And so for me to see what happened yesterday happening, it tells us that we've been able to put ourselves ahead of the Nigerians. And that's the only thing that I'm excited about. Anyway, he's headed to Namibia, where he's going to be doing the very last lap, and then his tour in Africa comes to an end. But everybody that contributed to what happened yesterday in terms of coordination, especially to GTA, Abeku Agri Santana did an incredible job, moving around. The CEO also, did a very great job as well. Madam Efua, Honorable, also did a great job as well. I mean, everybody contributed. Wood Maya was also in the helm of affairs, and well, he's now known as Barima Kofi Akufu. That's the new name for Asha Speed. Anyway, a big thanks to all of you. And let me say a big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise and Koa Natural. News Flash was proudly brought to you by these amazing brands. Please do well and patronize them. Buy from Franco Trading Enterprise. And also, as you go about your daily activity today, make sure that you put in a bit of Koa Natural fruit juice wherever you're going.